right. Hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast poor, you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Upbeat person, you're watching True Heel Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 229, Rent's Due, and the Devil Came to Collect. Discussing last night's AEW Dynamite and Collision Holiday Bash 2025 special from Manchester, UK, and we are here to discuss the return of Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, and explain how he buried everyone. Yes, and to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 59 going on 60,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV reviews, your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling, and his amazing tapestry of Yankee fitteds, the one and only Jimmy Macram.
Well, ladies and gents, I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed the show to a reasonable extent. Obviously, it's not overboard. Keep it together. I hope we're all having a good time.
Indeed. We are glad that you are joining us today. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the live chat, sound off in the comment section. We love to interact with all of you guys. So if you're watching us on demand, you can comment down below and tell us what you thought about AEW Dynamite. These are our opinions. These might not be your opinions. So like what you like, just don't be a dick, but comment down below. Let us know what you thought. And the same goes for the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys while we're here live here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So we'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and do the best thing that you can do to keep the channel running and growing and moving forward, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the support, like our good brother Chuck Berries, who hits us up early with a super chat donation. So you know what you get, Chuck Berries. You know what you get when you're the first super chat on AEWramble. Here is Tony Schiavone.
Come on now. Oh my God, Schiavone. What the hell is wrong with you?
That will never get old. I don't think that will ever get old.
Pops me every time.
Chuck Berry says, yo, SP3, who over there at Sports Illustrated is taking the credit for the Schiavone plug last night? You, Alba, or all of the above? LOL. I mean, I did put out the tweet that it's not just WWE mentioning us. AEW is saying it too. Because yes, they shouted us out for FTR winning the Sports Illustrated Tag Team of the Year. They also shouted out that that AEW won the Promotion of the Year. So you know, good on them. I know Tony Khan was very happy with the fact that AEW did win a majority of the awards at Sports Illustrated. I would just put it out there, make it clear before I get any people who are upset with any of the awards. This was, I think it was a fairly done awards. We have about 7 to 8 writers. So we basically did it on a point system. It's no multiple choice. It's all writing, voting. You put your top 5 in each of the categories, and then you get points like that. It's similar to what we've done here at True Hill Heat when we used to do the top 5, and that's how the points are distributed and how we give our year-end awards. We kind of switched it up this year. We are giving you multiple choices and everything like you see on the form, but that's the way we did it for Sports Illustrated. It was kind of me that kind of inspired doing that. I told Rick Ucchino how we've done year-end awards here on True Hill Heat, and he's kind of taken that with Sports Illustrated with the writing staff. So it's all done on a point system. Some of the awards I do agree with, some of them I don't. We had to run down the awards very quickly here, since you have the super chat donation. Like I said, AEW did clean up in the awards for Sports Illustrated. You had Storyline of the Year, which was won by Hangman Adam Page's Redemption arc. I did the write up. Yeah, I did the write up on that one. So go and check it out. I would definitely appreciate that. Rivalry of the Year was Hangman Adam Page and John Moxley. I did not agree with that.
Absurd. Yes,
I did not agree with that. I had that in my. I did have that in my top 5, so I am partly responsible for it being in here because it did get points from me, but that wasn't my number 1. You know what? Since this is True Hill Heat, I'll let you know who I voted for each of these awards, who I actually voted, and if it's different from who actually won. Storyline of the Year, I've been the biggest supporter of the Hangman Redemption arc, so obviously I voted for that. Rivalry of the Year, I voted for Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May.
Obviously.
Heel Turn of the Year was won by Naomi. That is, I think that this came down to the actual heel turn versus the follow-up. And I think that's why John Cena fell short here. But I did think about that, and I did take that into account. So I did also vote Naomi for heel turn of the year.
So this is like heel run of the year.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I guess she's a newly cemented heel of the year.
Yes, Cena flopped afterwards. So the turn is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, I think that it's the turn versus the follow-up. Because last year in 2024, heel turn of the year was the New Day because it was recency bias because it had just happened. It all has to do with the timing of these turns as well. When you're doing year-end awards, if something just happened, you might get a lot of people that vote for that, and that's what happened with the New Day last year.
Fair enough.
Best on the mic, Timeless Tony Storm, also who I voted for. It was a close race because I did switch my awards because at one point I had Becky, then I switched it to Timeless Tony Storm.
Not mad at it.
Best in the ring is the main one that I did not agree with because I did not have this person in my top 5. Very surprisingly, because I am one of his biggest fans, and we're both one of their biggest fans. This is a supporter. Best in the ring was Will Ospreay, and I did not agree with that. I was like, he's been gone for 4 months. Like, there's Bandito, there's Takeshita, there's Io Sky. Like, that was my top 3. I gave it number 1 to Bandito.
Solid. Ospreay missing fucking a quarter of the year. You said 4 months he missed? A third of the year. It's fucking absurd. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. Breakout wrestler of the year, I did agree with this one, Kyle Fletcher.
Agreed. That's the last night.
Comeback.
What are we doing? Oh my God.
I did put second Dominic Mysterio. I think that's an acceptable answer as well for breakout wrestler of the year.
Sounds great.
Comeback performer of the year, Ilya Dragunov, won for the Sports Illustrated Awards. Me personally, I voted for. I was going back and forth between Becky and Bandito.
Bandito's on ROH. That doesn't count.
I hate you.
Rules.
Tag team of the year was another situation where I switched my vote. I originally went with the Young Bucks, but then I went with the winner of the awards, FTR.
His conscience caught up to him. I can't get away with that. Yeah, no, you cannot get away with that.
I do a show with this dude every single week. Poisoned me. He poisoned me. Match of the year was won by Io Sky, Rhea Ripley versus and Bianca Belair from WrestleMania 41. Definitely agree. That's the WWE match of the year. I don't think that's the match of the year. And what it really came down to, looking at the votes, Hangman got more first place votes than any other wrestler for match of the year, except he had 2 options and he split his own vote. So he's actually 2 and 3 based on that. With the Ospreay match at Double or Nothing and the Moxley match at All In, I gave it to the Moxley match at All In for match of the year.
You didn't go with this is WWE and AEW?
No, it's everywhere. That my top 5 did include MJF and Mystico. If that was what you were going to ask,
I was thinking was Omega and Kid this year?
That was in my top 5 as well.
It's egregiously overrated, but I just thought you would include it.
No, I had that at number 5.
Oh, yeah, that's too high.
I think the Moxley Hangman match, the Hangman Ospreay match, the Hangman Moxley match, Bandito, Takeshita, Mystico, MJF was the 4 matches I had above it.
I'm not mad at that. Fair enough.
Show of the year was the one I voted for, AEW Double or Nothing. Female wrestler of the year, Mercedes Moné. I had her at like 3rd or 4th. I had number 1, I had Timeless Tony Storm. Number 2, I had Saya Kamatani, who won the Tokyo Sports Wrestler of the Year, MVP. And then Io Sky I had at 3, and then I had Mercedes.
I would have voted for Io Sky, but she had 2 major downfalls this year. 2 injuries. One was when she fucking won the world title, so she had to be taken off TV. And then one was when Rhea got hurt. So obviously Io had to be taken off TV. Brilliant shit from the game. Good Lord.
So how I would define breakout star of the year is the person who got elevated the most throughout the year, from where they were at the beginning of the year or where they were at the end of last year to where they are at the end of this year. If they are elevated to a next level, if they feel like they are on the cuffs of like the main event scene and stuff like that, that's what I voted for breakout wrestler of the year. That's why Fletcher and Dom were my 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, Fletcher won the European Championship. It's not a big deal. Big feud with Ospreay, which was positioned highly, and then he got a pay-per-view main event, a Hangman feud. That's a little better than what Dom did.
Yeah. Male Wrestler of the Year. We've been saying it, for how many months we've been saying this? It's
August?
Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page. That's who, of course, I voted for. Promotion of the Year. I did not vote for this, but All Elite Wrestling did win Promotion of the Year. I had them at 3rd. I had CMLL at 1 and Stardom at 2.
Good for you.
I was the only one who did that.
I would imagine.
Yo, oh my God. Did I tell you about one guy? I'm not going to mention him. I'm not going to dox him or anything. But one guy, you want to know what his 5 promotions were for the year?
Oh, let's hear this.
WWE, AEW, TNA, AAA, and NXT. I was like, you voted for WWE 4 times, my nigga.
That is all right. Well, entitled to your opinion, I suppose.
Oh well, to be fair, Big Man Dogs, he says that's why I was confused because I feel like Fletcher was breakout 2024. No, because really his breakout is the heel turn, and the heel turn doesn't happen until October. And you then have 9 other months of that year where he is just Osprey's little running buddy. He's the Osprey young boy. Like he has his breakout, at the end. It starts at the end of 2024, but it really comes into fruition in 2025.
Agreed.
And then they did a 2025 Legacy Award that, of course, went to John Cena.
What's that even mean?
I don't know. It was. I think it was just something nice to do for
John Cena.
for John Cena.
Lord. Yeah, he needs the accolades. Absolutely. What the fuck are we doing? All right.
But yes, shout outs to those who's clicked on the article and showed your support. Appreciate y'all here. Show your support for the Sports Illustrated Awards. We also got another super chat donation from our good brother Chuck Berries here. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support.
I'm serious.
Here is
I'm
Tony
not going
Khan
to sit back and take this fucking shit.
That's what Swerve was doing last night. Couldn't do nothing about it. Sit there and shut up.
It's like I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit. He was like, it was like one of these, like, like you're just moving your mouth, but nothing's coming out. Like, we got Berries who says UK SP3 question mark exclamation point. Yes, indeed. He says, well, y'all know what that means. Here's a few pounds towards the Harlem tax. Happy holidays from yours truly. Happy holidays to all of you, and thank you for the Harlem tax. Yes, we are back. We're gonna get some Harlem run-ins, I suppose, especially when we do earlier podcasts. But she's settling down because it's pretty late here. It's like 6:30 here right now, so she's settling down. But we got a couple of comments that we can highlight here. We got our good brother Nicky Boy, Negro Buck Nick Jackson, who says Hangman for sure, male wrestler of the year. My pick was personally Takeshita, but Hangman had a better story throughout the year.
How are you getting Takeshita? I love Takeshita, best wrestler in the world. How are you getting Takeshita for male wrestler of the year? Are we just discounting everything else? Like,
I think if you combine the great matches that he had in AEW, being involved in a very popular storyline / feud with Okada, and then all the accomplishments that he got in New Japan with the G1 Climax win, with the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, winning that, going into Wrestle Kingdom as the champion, I think there is an argument for Takeshita to be up there. I would not put him ahead of Hangman, but there is an argument.
Yeah, if you combine all those things, I think he finishes appropriately a very, 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 very fucking distant second. The fuck are you all talking about? This is not a real discussion. What are we doing? What are we doing? What
I already told you.
About?
I told you. Takeshita was in my top 5, but he was not second. He was not third. I gave second to Mystico. Mystico is the top draw. him and John Cena. Those are the 2007. Those were the two top draws in wrestling. And then 18 years later, those are the two top draws in wrestling. And Mystico has a match of the year candidate with MJF, has great matches with Bandito, has the trios matches with El Sky Team, and he's been driving CMLL to become the promotion of the year, in my opinion. And John Moxley, I think he's done exceptional character work the second half of the year. He just will not be any closer than number 3 because there was 4 months of the year where he actively made me not like the product sometimes.
Fair enough. I can't put John Moxley in the top 20. Nothing he says correlates to what I see. I hate this. I hate everything about this. I hate the mental disconnect that I'm forced to go through every time he's on screen, where he talks about how much of a badass he is and how this downfall he's having when we just watch him need help for the entire year. And now we're acting like he can't wrestle anymore. He couldn't then, apparently. What the fuck are we talking about? What is going on? Enough of these people. I'm so done.
Oh, we got a good question here. Jimmy, did you watch Cena's last match?
I did. I loved it.
What did you think?
I thought it was fucking fantastic. I thought it was John fucking got it up one last time. Good for you. Gunther is on a wild streak through this tournament with these different opponents. He's the same fucking great match every time of guys who are nothing alike. I forgot how good Gunther is. I apologize, sir. And I love the finish. I get why people are upset. I guess. But it made me happy. It was a ballsy decision. It's amazing how much guts Triple H has when it's somebody he hates that he's booking. How ballsy he could be as a booker. Look at him go.
Oh my God. But what about the best part of John Cena's final match? Is Triple H coming off like a comic book villain when he hugs him and he's like, we gotta order
I've never seen him smile that wide. What the fuck is going on?
Yo, I was like, oh my God. And then for him to turn around and be so rattled at the reaction during the post show, that was honestly the best part of John Cena's final match for me. It was Triple H and the crowd reacting to Triple H that way. And like, I agree with you. It was a kind of, well, not really a ballsy move. It's kind of the move that you would expect WWE to do, because most of the time they do want the star to lose their final matchup. Maybe not tap out, but it was definitely John Cena. That was John Cena's decision to do the tap out and the way it went down. I think that there was other ways they could have done it. I don't know if you need to have him give up. He could have smiled and passed out. I don't know. I don't think it has the, if it will have the same effect or not, but I think that the real issue and the real talking point for me was the fact that the finish got that shock look and then it got some boos, but who got more boos, the finish or Triple H? And this felt like that reaction felt like more of a culmination of how he's booked the retirement tour, more than just being upset that Cena lost.
I had that thought originally that while he didn't deserve the booze for this match, you deserve the booze for this year, essentially, everything you've done. Then I realized I'm coping. This is cope in my head. He's getting booed because John Cena tapped out. That's it. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Sorry.
But I think it's more of a microcosm of the booking that led up to it basically necessitated that the fans just expected that John Cena was not going to give up, that John Cena was going to win, because let's really think about the retirement tour. Throughout the entire retirement tour, outside of Logan Paul, he never was able to be the all-American hero that really was the essence of who he was, the Super Cena. We got a Super Cena chant, but we never really got Super Cena throughout the whole entire year. Super Cena being the babyface who overcomes a heel. He got squashed by Brock Lesnar. He had a back and forth matchup with Logan Paul. He lost to Dom. He beat Dom in Boston. You could say that is like the only solace where he was able to be the hero, but that's on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Like, people expected at least one PLE something to where he would be the hero, and it was all left down to the last matchup for him to do it, and he didn't do it. And I think that's why the reaction was so loud for Triple H specifically.
I think this plays a lot better if we did better. Not we. I didn't book it. I didn't even suggest booking it like you all did. Yeah, Triple H watched this, and unfortunately, this is easily right offable. At least in his head, just go there. Mad Cena lost. They still love me. It's okay. They'll get over it. I gotta be honest. I think they will.
You know that is what he is saying in his head.
They're not booing me. They're booing the loss. That's what it is. I understand. I get it. Fair enough.
I never seen him go into exclamation mode like he did on the post show. That's how you know, like, that the report that they were blindsided by that reaction for Triple H is true. Because Triple H never goes into, let me explain I don't even think he's ever gone into, let me explain my actions to his wife, let alone the fans.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, first of all, he's not the explaining type. He thinks you're all beneath him. To be fair, it's worked out so far for him. But this one is a step too far, apparently. And he caught one on the chin. I ain't gonna hold it. This was glorious to watch. I like watch people be uncomfortable, especially if they deserve it.
Yo, that was the best post show they've ever done.
Shit, for real? All right.
Big Man always makes a good point. He says this quote unquote unreal meta stuff this year has been a disastrous era. He says WWE has essentially instructed and re-educated their broader audience to consume their product like smart marks. And this brings me to the point that I brought up. I think I brought it up on In the Weeds earlier this week, but I'll bring it up here. I don't know if you remember him, because we all, if you haven't known already, if you're first time watching, me and Jimmy went to high school together. But we had one of my best friends in high school was Michael Morris. He left after like sophomore year. I don't know if you remember him, but he basically hit me up the morning after John Cena's final match, and he's like, How do you feel about how they did your boy yesterday? He was like, I don't like how he lost and tapped out. Shame on Triple H. When a casual fan is saying not shame on Gunther, or I'm mad at Gunther for tapping him out, or I'm mad at Cena for tapping out, they're going directly to Triple H. When the casual fan knows to blame Triple H, I think that is a problem.
Yeah, us Speakman Dogs has a self-made problem. Triple H wanted to be the face of WWE. You are now. Great. Congrats. You succeeded. So now, unfortunately, you probably should have accomplished it a couple years ago. You accomplished it this year in a great year. Take this shit on the chin, good buddy. Good Lord. I would hope this would allow him to scale back, but like I said, I think it's too right-offable that it's just a John Cena moment.
Yeah, that's true. We got a super chat donation from Negro Buck Nick Jackson. He says JD from NY was fucking shook by these Sports Illustrated awards. What a fucking dork. He was so upset. I know he cried in his 78-year-old mom's arms last night. It was probably sad to watch.
WWE guy?
He's the guy that always yells and rants about AEW that says he's from New York, but he's actually from Long Island, not really New York to me. But anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Chat.
Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm sorry. You guys may need to go outside.
We got another super chat donation from Negro Buck Nick Jackson as well. Thank you so much, Negro Buck. We'll give you one of our other favorites.
You prick!
Negro Buck says, LOL, Jimmy, are you ever not angry? It's just an opinion, laughing emoji.
I'm not angry now. When I was a kid, I asked my aunt about opinions and facts. And I was like, if everybody in the world agrees on something, does that make it a fact? She said, no, it's still just everybody having an opinion. I disagree with her then. I disagree with her now. I believe certain opinions are objective fucking reality. And Hangman being the rest of the year is objective fucking reality. Period. Point blank. That's all. I was right when I was 7, and I'm right now.
I don't understand why he is this way. but I accept it. We do have Dion, who makes a good point. He says, this whole run was poorly handled. And that interview he did with CVV makes me think that Cena deserves a little bit of the blame for this. He said in his own words, it was a collaborative effort. He also said in his own words that 90% of the retirement tour were pivots. So like, yeah, and of course he's gonna defend the booking. He signed a 5-year ambassador deal. He can't say anything bad about them. He says when they asked about the heel run
regardless.
OG plan, he said, "Who cares?"
I guess he's hilarious. He says nothing ever. It's wild when you take a step back. You forget about the week-to-week stuff. You just take a step back. And I told you, what did you have to get done during this John Cena's last run? What would you have to do? He's got to win number 17. He's got to have a CM Punk match. He's got to have an AJ Styles match. He's got to have a Randy Orton match. He's got to have a Cody Rhodes match. And probably a Gunther match. Gunther or Oba or Braun, you would say.
Yeah.
Everything, all that got done. All of it got done. And it was all various shades of bad. And no disrespect. Outside of Gunther, which was great, because Gunther's the man.
Yeah.
I'm just jarred. I'm just jarred how botched this was. It's shocking.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think I was doing the podcast earlier with Kate, and she brought up a good point. She was like, if someone had told you at the beginning of 2025 that John Cena and CM Punk were going to feud again over the WWE Championship, you would be like, okay, by the end of 2025, that's going to be in my top 5 rivalries of the year. But because of that awful Basic Thugonomics promo by CM Punk, and then the smoke and mirrors involved in the matchup, it's not remembered. Even no one's mentioning it as one of the best feuds of the year.
Shocking. And you get the CM Punk, John Cena pipe bomb in there, which was, I thought, really
which was objectively his best promo of the whole year.
Great promo. You have CM Punk going to Saudi Arabia. You think this is full of character work for the both of them to play off of? Nothing. Just nothing here. That's just fucking nothing. Good Lord.
Hollow. Everything just feels hollow. Like I think that Triple H taught us something this year, though. I will give him that, because we all thought that WWE was at its worst when Vince McMahon just didn't really care about the product and basically was just given a slop for the last few years of the 2010s into the 2020s outside of like the bloodline. But I think Triple H taught us that boring is actually worse than bad. Because bad you will talk about for a very long time. If it's all-time bad, people still are scarred by some of the decisions that Vince McMahon did back in 2019, ending Kofi Mania with the Brock Lesnar squash, like stuff like that. That's still remembered to this day. Lacey Evans is still complaining about her botch push in 2019. 2018, 2017, the Jinder Mahal title reign, that's still brought up to this day as one of the worst booking decisions that they ever did. But like boring, just like, I don't really want to remember a lot of 2025. I just want to remember the moments and the great matches.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody get this bad, this fast. It's like he's turned up all of his negative traits to 100. Not just the egoism, but like the safe booking philosophy he has. He turned it up. It's like nothing happens on these shows. Nothing. What is this? Jarring to me.
But yes, we got a little bit of conversation about WWE, but I think it's about time we get into AEW Dynamite and Collision Holiday Bash 2025. What did you think about the crowd last night or yesterday afternoon for y'all in the States in Manchester, England? I thought this was a really good crowd.
I assume there's a lot of people there. 10,000.
10,000 in attendance. Over 10,000.
They should just move overseas permanently.
I was like, I said that. I was like, yo, AEW in the UK is just different. There's just a different vibe to it. It's just energetic. It feels like an exciting product because the fans are excited in it and they can pack the house too.
Yeah, they're not I don't want to call American fans spoiled, but for lack of a better word, that. Yeah, great crowd. Great crowd. They were ready for some exciting wrestling. Unlike boring WWE, we're going to start with some excitement, like Roderick Strong, John Moxley.
Why do you hate Roderick Strong so much? But hey, they got right into the action. They didn't dilly dally. We went right into the opening bell for our contest.
Why'd you pick that picture of Roderick Strong? How less impressive can a man look? What the fuck?
Yo, it's like he had boo-boo face, and we didn't even get to see it because they put the entrances on their YouTube channel.
Heading to his cubicle job. Good Lord, what is this? Just got back from lunch.
The bell rings right at the start of the show. Both men slowly approach each other. We get a lockup with Moxley having some arm control. Strong reverses and looks to latch on to the head of Moxley, but he says no. He says, "I want your arm, buddy." He tries to work it over. We get a voiceover from Renee Paquette, which I have liked a lot in this Continental Classic because it gives it just a different kind of sports feel. It adds to the sports nature of the entire tournament, with Renee telling us the obvious about both men needing the win and the loser of this matchup being eliminated officially from the Continental Classic this year. Both men to the feet. They collide with shoulder blocks, but neither man budges. We get Strong. He puts Moxley's foot up and he stomps on the hamstring. He was kept going after the injured ankle of Moxley, following up from the Kyle O'Reilly matches and trying to stomp on his ankle at different parts. Moxley favors his leg as he heads towards the barricade. Strong leaves the ring and gives chase to Moxley, only for it to backfire on him as Moxley basically counters. He turns into Commander and hits a tope suicida. When's the last time we saw Moxley do that? Then we get Strong. He comes back. He reverses a power driver. He eventually hits a flying lariat, a running kick, and an angle slam, and he gets a near fall. Both men fight into the crowd where they start brawling for a bit. Chops and strikes ensue. We get a nice little part where Strong, they fight for position on the steel steps, and Strong eventually does a back suplex right on top of the steel steps. Moxley selling that great. They fight on the top rope where Moxley gives a nice back rake, but Strong gives him a nice back rake back. He hits a big superplex, but he only gets a 2 count. We get Moxley. He tries to go for a cutter at one point on Strong, but Strong is able to reverse it. Strong then tries to hit him with a big flying knee, but Moxley catches him in midair with the cutter. I thought that was a good reversal. We get the power driver from Moxley, but that's only gets him a 2. He then tries to put some submissions on him. He puts a full body sleeper, but Strong is able to hold on for dear life, eventually rolling all the way to the bottom rope. We get the 5-minute call, and we get some desperation from both men. Strong hits the jumping knee, and he falls right into the cover for a near fall. Strong goes right back to the stronghold, and he locks it in, and this crowd explodes. I've been loving the fact that all these submission losses from Moxley means that every submission gets a big response in these Moxley matches. Moxley eventually kicks free. He kicks Strong to the outside, where he's able to basically take advantage when Strong enters again, and he hits him with the paradigm shift, but Strong is able to kick out at 2. We then get the 2-minute warning. Moxley then basically says, all right, enough is enough. I need to hit the proper finish here. He picks Strong up, he picks him up, and he drops him right on his head with the Death Rider. He gets the 1, 2, 3 to keep himself alive. Jon Moxley improves to 2-2 in this year's Continental Classic. He now stands at 6 points. He is just 1 point behind the leaders of the league in Konosuke Takeshita and Claudio Castagnoli right now, as he picks up this huge victory here. What did you think about this matchup? I thought it was a very good fight to kick off the card this week. I understand you're not into the performance here, but I thought they had good chemistry throughout. What did you think?
This reminded me of that Edge and Buddy Murphy match. Just 45 minutes. Or however fucking long this match was. 45 minutes of fine. Just fine. Roddy's fine. Moxley is fine. I lost my shit when I turned the TV on and here was Jon Moxley. I went, holy shit, I cannot escape. Opening match, main event, nigga lost the belt. I see him more than fucking ever. Good Lord. That stretch he hits towards the end is everything I hate about Jon Moxley. This nondescript, generic fucking big time star. He hits a cutter and then a pile driver and then a double arm DDT and then his Death Rider. Just to create a player ass moveset. I hate everything about Jon Moxley. I swear. Good Lord. How many of these finishers can I fucking butcher in a row? Oh, I hate it. I'm sorry. He's climbing. He's climbing. He's been number 2 for a while. Like, between him and Seth, it's gonna be close. But how many of these fucking main eventers I need to go away? Holy shit!
You just hate non-Roman Shield members. It seems.
And I might hate Roman too, but he's never around for me to hate him much. So good for you.
No, you know what's funny? Kate earlier made the comparison. She was like, the reason that the Vision didn't work for her because it felt like the Vision has been trying to be the Death Riders. You get the Austin Theory reveal is very similar to Daniel Garcia reveal. You get stuff like that. And I was like, you know what's funny is because the Death Riders got a lot of comparison and said that they were trying to be the Bloodline. I was like, so it's basically a wrestling Shield inception. It's like one thing trying to be the other thing, trying to be the other thing, trying to be the other.
By the way, I good on them for sneaking in an Austin Theory reveal after the Cena stuff. Good for you. Smart move. Nobody cared. Nobody fucking gave a fuck.
Yo, that was the ultimate no pop.
Shocking. What the fuck?
I felt for the guy.
They should be the Dunkhouse family. Just a whole bunch of people just in the group. And Heyman's a star. Fuck it.
I agree. I said right from the Braun joining the group, they should have just been the Dangerous Alliance. We wouldn't be going through all of this. We wouldn't have had to go through all of this if they just would have just been Dangerous Alliance 2.0.
Yeah. So right now this group is there. It's Braun and people. It's Braun and guys who have nothing in common. What they hanging out for?
Braun and friends. Braun and friends. But also it's Braun and friends, but Braun listens to all his friends. I still got a lot to learn. He's taking orders from Logan Paul. Logan Paul's like, we should not focus on CM Punk. We should focus on Rey Mysterio. You know, Braun has to go, okay.
That's a good idea. Really? What kind of Steiner are you? Fucking listening to logic. This is outrageous.
Hey, I will give it to Braun though. He gave us angry CM Punk, and we've been needed that. We needed that promo on Monday.
Only took the whole fucking year. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm stop complaining. Complaining about both shows. I can't keep doing that. I'm stop complaining.
I was like, these motherfuckers want me to believe that Seth Rollins and CM Punk is a feud of the year candidate. Well, we never got one angry CM Punk promo.
You can tell who he's impressed with and who he's not. He doesn't much care for Jey Uso. Maybe as a friend he likes him, but as a wrestler, I'm not gonna get up for this. I'm not gonna get up for Logan Paul. I'm not gonna get up for Seth Rollins. I'm unimpressed. I'm sorry. Just give me my paycheck. Did you see him laughing at Triple H, by the way? They caught on camera, sir. CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. He did. Yo, but I think the thing that's worse that not a lot of people are talking about is the post-match to the Cena last match. Oh my God, I have never seen John Cena so uncomfortable in my life. He did not want to walk around with 2 titles he did not win. He did not want to do that. They literally held him at gunpoint. They're like, go, no, it's you. And he's trying to give it back to them.
It's fucking hysterical to me. Now you don't want the spotlight. Fair enough. Hey, it worked out.
Negro Buck this right says, you're right, Jimmy. American fans are definitely spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, they've had it for however fucking long. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, we got a bunch of people in the chat. He said, Dion says, he didn't even give a shit about the video. He did not give a shit about the video package until he saw Vince. Then he got emotional.
Yes. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not sure how many of you are here who would fit the bill as AEW meat riders or Fed drones, they call them, I think. But having loyalty to a promotion is wild. It's a terrible idea. Having loyalty to a person is understandable. I don't care what my mom does. She runs over a bunch of school kids. I'm still going to love my mom, and I'm going to make excuses for her. He's known this nigga for 20-some years. A father figure. What do you want?
That is true. That is a good point.
Whatever the fucking name is. Got paid.
Of course, you don't care about that. You don't care about that.
I know. We should feel bad for all those teenage 40-year-olds. Manipulating those 40-year-old women. Outrageous.
Oh my God. This guy's outrageous. Anyway, we have Jon Moxley in the back later on in the show. Moxley says that he loves the Continental Classic. He says he lays it all out there every night. That is what everyone should do. He pushes people's buttons. Some people react differently. Kyle O'Reilly turned into a monster and tried to break his foot off. Roderick Strong and him danced for 16 and a half minutes, and he will leave no bullets in the chamber. He says no matter what happens in this tournament, he's going to leave it all out there. All of it. This was the most babyface promo that we've gotten from Jon Moxley. This was straight up a Jon Moxley babyface promo. But he is close in the Blue League. It's going to come down to this final week coming up with Moxley. I think he has one more match remaining. The only person left to face is Orange Cassidy, rekindling that rivalry. So we'll see if he's able to score the victory there to move on to the semifinal at World's End.
Great.
Any thoughts on the promo?
Great fucking promo.
It was
in a vacuum. Outside of a vacuum, what the fuck's he talking about? I drag people along when they don't want to be dragged. The fuck when? Niggas been dragging you. What are you even talking about? All you do is fucking lose matches, and up until then, you've been getting fucking help to win your matches. What the fuck? Can you imagine if he was just this badass who won all these fucking matches on his own, and then lost to Hangman? It's been this downward spiral since then. This would make sense, but that didn't happen, so I don't believe you.
If they had just let Moxley be the Jon Moxley that beat Bryan Danielson when his first challenger is Orange Cassidy, and you need Wheeler Yuta to help you win, you have already set yourself up for failure.
Oh, Jesus. We went right from fucking him stacking Edge and Dragon at fucking Mania to Bloodline rules. Like this. Good Lord.
There was no in between. It was at all. From one extreme to the other. Then we had to deal with it for multiple months. We had that 4-way where the Death Riders help him win. Then we had the whole Cope feud, which really turned people off and is still, in my opinion, if I'm doing top 5 worst feud of the year, that's definitely in my top 5. Cope and Mox.
Yeah, that's one.
But let's talk about the next really good promo, which I thought was a really good follow-up. And I was surprised that we actually got a follow-up from last week's main event with Eddie Kingston losing to Samoa Joe. We hear from Eddie Kingston on this show, and Eddie says that he's not going to make excuses. He says that though he's not going to make excuses, he does admit, he says he didn't lose last week. He says you either win or you learn. And he's like, there is no lose to him. And he says that he's challenging someone for AEW Collision this Saturday. He says he wants someone to step up and face him in this open challenge to see just how much he's learned from that loss against Samoa Joe. He says professional wrestling is his everything. He's never going to stop. He's never going to quit. And that's why he wakes up every single morning. This was more of the Eddie Kingston that we got in last week's backstage promo, and then what we got in the matchup against Joe. I enjoyed this from Kingston. What did you think about this promo?
Beautiful promo. Great. Made me think that Eddie's back. I was very happy with this promo. Well, most of it. I don't understand the promoting Collision. That's not the Collision that's about to come up, but the Collision is going to happen on Saturday. Brilliant marketing. Good Lord.
Little early to do that. I do know the Jimmy rule is you should not promote the next show in your first hour.
Absolutely. And it's not even the next show. The next show. Good Lord.
Then we go to Don Callis. He comes out. He has something important to say. Wait, no, he is just here to introduce his guys for the $1 million title. The $1 million winner takes all matchup. He gives Konosuke Takeshita the grand entrance and Hechicero. They come out together. Then we get a solo entrance for Kazuchika Okada because he is a goddamn star and he does not walk out with anybody else. We get the close-up of Don's throat and face as he introduced Hechicero here. And then interesting that Okada got his own entrance. Then we get the Elite coming out. No Wayward Sons for us Kansas fans. We only get the BTE theme song for the Young Bucks. And then Kenny Omega gets his own entrance. I was like, you're just telling us he's the star. Thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't need that reminder, but he is. Huge pop for Omega here. He got the probably, would you say, second biggest pop of the night? Behind the
Yes.
obvious. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Omega and that's 1 and 2 in Jimmy's biggest draws in AEW history.
Goddamn right.
Omega and Takeshita starts off this matchup, and of course they just kill it. They do really well with one another, work really well. I like the reminder of their rivalry that started back in 2023 when Takeshita joined the Don Callis family. Matt and Nick, they come in. The Young Bucks were really good in this matchup, and it was fun to see Nick Jackson back in a babyface role where he's able to just be his natural athletic self, and he's just flying all around, flipping all around, doing the hot tag, which he's one of the best in the business at. He escapes though from Hechicero, and he's able to tag in Omega. Omega takes it to Hechicero as Callis complains about Omega. Hechicero splits a stop to that offense with a thrust chop to the throat. Then we get Okada and Omega getting into the ring. They mix it up for a little bit, but Takeshita then comes in. They are going to do a double suplex to Omega, but Okada's like, no, I wanted Hechicero to help me with the double suplex. He's like, no, I don't want you in it. So Takeshita says, no, fuck you then. I pushed Okada out the way, and then he does the double suplex with Hechicero, and just Okada looks so annoyed. He looks so annoyed. He didn't get his he shoves. They have their little shoving matchup throughout this. I love Hechicero playing the role of upset mother trying to break up siblings who are fighting. He's like, please stop. Omega does reverse Okada for a suplex, and then he tags out. It looks like he dumped into his tights as Okada was basically selling his ass at that point. Then we get Omega. He tags out. We get Nick coming in. He runs wild for a bit. We get the Bucks launch into double team offense to both Hechicero and Takeshita, but Okada is back in. He tries to take on the Bucks by himself, but Matt and Nick do a pop-up Hurricane Rana spot. Then we get a triple Terminator dive. That was a nice little moment. The crowd was very much into, with all three men hitting tope suicidas. But then Hechicero's back in the ring with Matt, and he takes full advantage, hitting the mad scientist bomb. He then hits a basement dropkick to Omega to take him out as we head to commercial break. We get Nick and Takeshita coming in, and they have hell of a chemistry together. Like, Takeshita can work well with just about anybody, but I loved him being in the ring with Nick. Nick catches him with a cutter. Matt is in, and we get risky business, but that only gets a 2 count. Takeshita says F this, and he smashes Nick with a big world-class forearm. He then tags into Hechicero. Backbreaker by Hechicero. He whips Nick and then follows him with a running knee. But then we get the mad scientist bomb attempt on Nick, but he's able to reverse it and land on his feet. And then he hits Hechicero with a destroyer. Okada gets the tag in, and he calls in Omega, and we get the big stare down. And what a reaction for Omega and Okada. This just will never get old, it seems. Every time they run it back, they're able to get the same vibe and big reactions from the crowd. They go at it with one another. We get the Rainmaker attempt. We get a one-wing angel attempt. Okada escapes, but he hits a super kick from Nick. Then we get a whole bunch of random offense all over the place. The Bucks are in. We get double team destroyer into a German suplex on Takeshita. We get the Bucks with super kicks to Hechicero, Meltzer driver attempt, but Okada picks it off with a drop kick in midair. German suplex from Okada, slam from Hechicero, power drive knee from Takeshita, but Omega breaks up the cover. Don Callis family line up Matt in the middle of the ring. Okada is thinking Rainmaker as he breaks up the triple team offense and looks to do his own thing, but then he almost hits Takeshita with the lariat. Takeshita looks for the knee, and then Takeshita accidentally throws the a Matt Jackson kick right into Okada's face, and then he does the "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry" with that smile on his face. We get triple super kicks from the Elite on Hechicero. We get the V trigger on Okada. Then we get the One Wing Angel setup on Hechicero while Matt launches Nick up in the air, and we get basically a one wing Meltzer driver for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory for the Elite. They are now $1 million richer. This match was such a blast. This was a pay-per-view quality matchup. All six men worked really well. This was excellent. Here, I really enjoyed this one. Post-match, Callis tries to steal the bag full of money for dear life. He holds on to it and he tries to escape, but the Don Callis family launch into attack. Then we get this weirdness where Okada and Takeshita are basically doing a one-upsmanship of Rainmaker and Raging Fire. They start arguing. Callis is telling them to watch out as Omega enters with a broom, and he runs off the Don Callis family to stand tall here. What did you think about the Elite versus the DCF?
The match was really fun. Anytime Okada and Omega get in the ring together, the energy change in the building. It's yes. Showing our age, but it's very Austin Rock like. Nick is obviously the MVP of this because Nick is fantastic in these type of matches. And Matt was here, so I suppose that counts for fucking something. The Takeshita and Okada beef, we'll call it. I can't really call it a story because it's not really a story. It's pretty much the same bit every week. Just different variations. Though I will admit, I do love it. I do love watching it. It's cute to me. It adds a little something.
It's working.
Great chemistry.
It's working.
It's certainly working. I am very much looking forward to that match, whenever that is. If I had to guess, at the end of the Continental Classic, whatever the fuck that.
You think that's the final?
Mike, I hope it's not. I don't want that match to be forced upon.
Same.
I want it to
same.
Yeah. I want it to happen.
Same.
Organically. That's it. It was a really great match. Post match, awful. It was heinous. What the fuck are we doing? What is all this? Made everybody look like a fucking idiot. Omega protected this giant broom. Fuck are we doing?
It was Goofy Omega. Goofy Omega came out to play at the end.
Nigga's been gone. What are you swinging at? Jesus.
I was like, what are you doing, Kenny? That's way too heavy for you. Oh, that was funny. But yeah, you're absolutely right about the vibes between Omega and Okada, and I 100% agree with you with the Continental Classic final. I think the only way to make sense of you separating the titles for no goddamn reason is to Takeshita to win the tournament without facing Okada. He becomes the Continental Champion, and then you lead up to another unified matchup with the International and Continental title between those two.
Sold. I'm down.
But my big nitpick for all of this is that the post-match indicates we're doing more Don Callis family versus the Elite, and I'm saying, come on, guys. It's been 2 fucking years. And yes, someone said this in the chat on In the Weeds. It feels like Tony Khan put injury time, put that 1 year of diverticulitis to the time of this feud between Don Callis and Kenny Omega.
Oh my God. Listen, it was a fun feud. It's gonna produce good matches because there's good wrestlers involved. This thing died on the vine a long time ago. Can we move on, please? There's not even a big match to build up to. I guess you do Omega and Fletcher, but let's just go. Let's just leave, please.
Dude, yeah, we got King Potate who says, I don't care. Just get me to catch the wrist. Okada, man. I'm feeding. They got you on the vine. Like they got to draw it out a little bit more. It feels too convenient for them to be in the final of the Continental Classic to me.
Yeah. With the beef between them, somebody's got to want this match instead of it happening. And Sketch's got to be one to want it. He's got to go upside his nigga's head. This nigga be wild most of the time.
And we also, the key factor to the story is before the matchup, we need Callis to choose a side.
Oh, you don't want it to happen during the match?
You want it to happen during the match? I mean, that would be
Not-
awesome
not-
too.
not-
Yeah.
Not particularly. I feel like there's a lot of meat on the bone with those two because they're so different and they're such good wrestlers that I could see at least 3 or 4 matches between the two of them. So
You're actually right. Yeah, you don't need that before the first match. You probably can
Yeah.
do that, save that for a rematch where he finally like Takeshita wins clean against Okada with no help, and then Callis chooses Okada over him, and then Okada wins the second one, and then that sets up a natural third trilogy for those two next year.
one of those ugly belts. I'm so annoyed. I hate those belts.
You don't like trilogies?
I love trilogies in general. If they're good, and this should be good, I can't see why it wouldn't. As long as none of the matches take place on TV, Okada will show up. Unless he's getting a piece of the pay-per-view, he'll show up.
He's like, oh, I'm getting a piece. Oh yeah, I'll be there. Oh, we got Annika who says, "How did y'all feel about the draw on Collision?" Who's the
Ooh.
draw? What draw? Oh! You talking about on Collision? Winter is coming. I thought you were talking about this show. There we are talking. Oh, Winter is coming. I know Jimmy doesn't watch Collision, so we're all aware. But Takeshita and Claudio had one of the best matches of the tournament so far, and that went to a 20-minute time limit draw, our only draw so far in the Continental Classic. I thought it was the only move to do because these are two guys who are champions in other promotions. You have the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion versus the CMLL Heavyweight Champion. I guess this was like the best thing that they could do to stay on the good side of their partners is not having either one of them lose to the other. But Claudio's best match of the year was against Takeshita. It's Takeshita.
I just want to make sure I understand this logic. So let's say Cody Rhodes was the IWGP champion and The Miz was the CMLL champion. You would have them go to a draw? Why would you do that? Why the fuck is Claudio drawing
the fact that you have shitted on Claudio 10 times to Tuesday, but calling him and comparing him to the Miz might be the worst thing you've ever said about him.
My only point is one is a main event level guy and one is a mid-carder. No disrespect of any kind. That's all. That's all. Not comparing their skill sets. Damn, I got the whole people upset. Not comparing their skill sets. I'm just saying. One is a main eventer, one isn't. Steve Austin shouldn't be going to a draw with Val Venus. No disrespect of any kind.
Everybody calling you out. This is why we have the best community here. This is why. All right, time to talk about the highlight of this episode here. It is time for the AEW World Title contract signing is up next. We get Tony Schiavone standing center ring. He introduces former AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page. He then introduces former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. And then he introduces the current AEW World Champion Samoa Joe, who is accompanied to the ring by Hook and Hobbs of the Ops. Gentlemen, please, we are here to sign a contract, pleads Tony Schiavone. He says that what three men we have vying for the world title. Joe then takes the mic from Tony, and he wishes that sometimes Tony would just shut his big yapper, which I think that Jimmy Macram was just like, fuck yeah. Gentlemen, forgive him because he brought his ops guys out here, but these guys are volatile and unpredictable. Have you seen them together? He says they are out here to make sure that they don't do anything stupid. Samoa Joe then takes the privilege to be the first man to sign the contract and says he will see them at World's End and hopes that they make it there in one piece. Swerve responds and says, funny you say that because he is coming after the AEW World title. And then we finally get the explanation for why he's been associated with Paige. This was such a good segment because it answered questions, it gave us motivations, and gave us what we needed here. Swerve says, if the result of the match at Full Gear was different, he would be coming for Hangman Adam Page instead of Samoa Joe. He says it's all about the AEW World Championship. But then he does address Hangman, and he says that they have this weird mutual respect after everything they've been through with each other. While meanwhile, there's mutual hatred between him and Joe. He says the last time they signed a contract for a world title match, he did it in a pool of his own blood. And what did he do for that? He took his title for it. And he says that now at World's End, he plans on delivering a Swerve stomp right to his face. That's going to look worse than when he had that tribal tattoo, tribal cock tattoo on his face back in 2007. What a deep cut that was, because I was like, I did not know I was going to be reminded of Nation of Violence Samoa Joe on this episode. Swerve implores Joe to bring all of his men to World's End, but it won't be enough to stop him from taking that title belt from him, and then he signs the contract. Then we get Hangman Adam Page, who wants to respond to both of them and remind them, both of them, what happened. He says all of them were fighting to free the world title from the Death Riders and their bullshit reign. He says they had to figure it out before Joe. If they had figured it out before Joe faced Moxley in the cage, he would have won then. If they had figured it out before Swerve faced Moxley at Dynasty, then he could have been the one. But they weren't. Neither one of them were the one. It came down to Hangman, and he figured it out, and he became the world champion. And he knew that one by one, I did love that they kept focusing on Hook smirking at Hangman because he had Hobbs standing in front of him. He says, one by one, they would find themselves across the ring from him. Joe, you failed against me at Wrestle Dream. So instead, you turned to Hobbs, you turned to Shibata, you turned to Hook to help you. You are worse than the Death Riders on their worst day. The world title is all you have left in the twilight years of your career. Hangman wouldn't want Joe to be remembered as the piece of shit that he is today. Meanwhile, Joe responds and says, if anyone would know about pieces of shit, it would be this godforsaken town. Page says he planned on defending the championship against everyone who helped him. That includes Darby Allin, Will Ospreay, and of course we get a long, huge pop for Will and chants of Ospreay, Ospreay. And he says that includes standing across the ring from you, Swerve. He says that you came back to AEW to challenge the world champion, and if not Joe, it would have been me. And I would have expected nothing less from you. I would have given you the title match and that you deserved. And if you had defeated me, I would have handed you the title. I would have handed it over to you. And that is the world. That is not the world that we live in, though. At World's End, this will be a three-way match. And I can't tell you who is leaving the champion, but it won't be Joe. You messed up when you made an enemy out of the two of us. And he signs the contract as well. Tony Schiavone announces that the title match is official. It will be a 3, and then the lights go out, and then the music hits. And my Lord, is this the biggest pop that MJF's ever gotten? Because it felt like it. It was just like, holy shit, everybody in the building exploded and then started singing loudly his theme song. And this man came straight off of a plane from Turkey, because look at that hairline. That hairline. His hair is full. He's ready for Hollywood. MJF enters wearing sunglasses. He removes the sunglasses and wants his music to be cut off. He then has Smart Mark Sterling hand him his guaranteed world title shot that he won in the Casino Gauntlet. He then signs it in the middle of the ring and hands it to Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone looks at the contract and makes it official. He says that MJF has invoked his guaranteed world title match, so this 3-way at World's End will now be a 4-way, which on paper you must have been asking, like, I know people must have been like, what the hell is MJF thinking? This is so unlike MJF. And then we immediately get the answer. MJF says they get the point. So get out of the ring, you tub of goo, talking to Tony Schiavone. He said, you are probably wondering why I'm cashing my title shot against 3 other guys. He then says, hey, Seabiscuit, looking at Hangman Page. He says, you have been calling me a coward since I arrived in AEW. MJF was going to take shortcuts, right? But that couldn't cut Page deep enough, would it? I could have waited to get my world title shot, but how I can get my revenge on you for everything you've done to me this year, I can beat you for the title and take the thing that means most to you, that AEW World Championship. But not only that, I can do it against 2 of your biggest rivals. But then MJF explains that it goes deeper than that, because he looks over at Joe when Joe tries to speak and he cuts him off, telling him to shut up. He says, what are you going to do? Give me a supervillain soliloquy? You took my title from me. I admit it. That was 2 years ago at World's End. But these schmucks dictate who is good, and they turned on me when I went against you. You need to go down in the history. I need to go down in the history books as the greatest, and they are the people that dictate that. You made these people question my ability, but your time has run out, Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe chants. He is going to make Joe fall back harder than his hairline. At World's End, the same place you ended my reign, I will end yours. Then we get Swerve, who says, BURIES Maximus. He says, if there is anyone in the ring that should be worried about, it should be me. And MJF says, there is a bar spitter that Swerve reminds me of. They both wear fake jewelry, and they're both considered moguls. They're both shitty rappers, and they both wear way too much baby oil. Oh, that's who it is. P. Diddy, which gets a huge pop from the fans, and then P. Diddy chants. He says, pop quiz. Whose house? And then the fans say Swerve's house, and he says, not so much. Ever since he started wrestling at age 17, he has known Swerve as Shane. While MJF proved himself in AEW, it was Swerve who went to WWE. And your run there wasn't so good. He says, but I did like seeing you twerk for top dollar, which, wild. But when you came to AEW, you became a tag champion and you defeated Sloppy Joe and held the world title for, what was it, 126 days. 406 days here, but who's counting? Who's counting?
Look at Swerve's face.
Now you have a problem, Shane, because you are Swerve stomping like you own the place. He says, I will remind you, I am the biggest homegrown star in AEW history, which Hangman just laughs at. Hangman's like, nigga, please. MJF mocks his little dance. He's like doing the gritty. He says this isn't Swerve's house. This is MJF's house. He says that the devil is here to collect his rent. He says, call me Michael Corleone, because he is about to handle all of his business in one night. At World's End in Chicago, he has taken back his world title. His Triple B will be back in his possession. And do you know why? Do you folks know why? Because my name is Maxwell Jacob Freeman, and I am better than you, and you know it. Drops the mic, leaves out. What a fucking promo by MJF. MJF just came in after 4 months off and knocked this out the park and just brought so much energy and life to this world title picture that was just about to be a rematch from last year's Revolution. And it was different dynamics for sure, but MJF being inserted into this and all of his issues with all 3 men, this just makes this matchup that much more exciting to me. What did you think about this segment? I think that it was one of the best promo segments of the year for AEW. What about you, Jim?
Jesus. Yeah, that's not where I'm at. Bury these niggas. What? Swerve in particular. Joe can shake it off. He didn't really go at Hangman like that. He got all up in Swerve's ass. Pause. And it was kind of uncomfortable to watch. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like Swerve. He's cool. But Jesus, you got to do something about that. I'm not sure what you do. You don't really have Triple H or CM Punk level stroke to just start talking. But you should have given it a shot. Because holy shit. The Diddy stuff, the Top Dollar stuff, the dance. He made this nigga look like a clown. Holy shit. You can tell Swerve thought about it. He brought the mic up, and then he thought the better of it. I just don't want to get in trouble. Right. So sit there and shut up and take this beating. Holy shit. That's what you get. Fucking suck it up to your boss. I'm happy. I'm so happy. This is great. This is mostly good stuff from everybody. A little long for me, but I mostly enjoyed it. Happy I'm just back. I'm interested in what's going on again. So I gotta be honest, I had no interest in this afterwards. I was looking forward to Joe and Swerve more than a fucking three-way. Not interested. Four-way though. Sign me up.
This made it that much more interesting. They kind of have to do a Swerve and MJF feud coming out of this, though. Like, that was the one that he went into. I agree. He stabbed him in the back and then in the front. And just kept stabbing him.
Gluteus Maximus, and then he just roasted his life. Holy shit. Jesus.
And then, like, yo, he made great food. He was like, he was like, your run in WWE had failed, so you came to my house. You knocked on my door. Well, guess what? Rent is due. I was like, God,
crazy.
damn, what a line. What a lie.
Crazy.
Big
I'm
man,
sorry. That was fucking fantastic.
Big Man Noise says MJF proved that there are levels to this. Had Swerve take down his mic because he wasn't finished yet. Yeah, I would say
looks stupid.
Out of everybody in this segment, Swerve looked the worst. Yeah, I thought his promo was fine, but I like Joe's cocky heel champion promo at the beginning. I really enjoyed Hangman's work. Hangman comes off like the ultimate babyface with his promo and his plans to defend it against all the other babyface that helped him. I like all of that. I did enjoy the one part of Swerve's promo that I did enjoy is him explaining that this has nothing to do with him and Hangman being together. This has everything to do with the AEW World Championship. That I can accept as a reasoning for them coming together the way they did. But
why?
Man, Max took this to another level.
I'm so confused by this. Why? Fuck you helping Hangman?
Because
he's
after the World Championship. It's not about him
shot.
being after. Because he's going after Joe. He's letting Joe know he's in his target. He's directed all of his anger and he's going after him and going after the ops.
Sure.
Oh, we got a super chat donation from Dion Jenkins. Oh, no. Chilling with Chase said he wants us to read it at the end of the podcast. I'll go back.
Dictating to us? No, go ahead.
He said it's fine if we read it at the end of the podcast. It wasn't like he was directing us. We do have a super chat donation from our good brother Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion. Dion says, great promo. With that being said, I don't think MJF is winning. I think it goes Swerve. I think it goes Joe, Swerve, MJF, Ospreay.
Do you guys really want to see another Swerve run? Be honest with yourself.
It's just going to be another short run because, like you said, like you would. It's got to be a heel that drops the title to Ospreay in London, and like MJF makes a world of sense. Like I don't know why you put MJF in this 4-way if he doesn't have a chance to win this matchup. He's probably my favorite coming out of this segment to win this matchup on the 27th.
Mr. Towns, I have a question. And for anybody else who feels this way, why? Why do you want to see another Swerve run? At all. It's not that Swerve is bad. He's a coon, but that doesn't mean he's bad. But legitimately, in 2025, from what you've seen, where does he even rank among like overall wrestlers? This is not back when he was on a fantastic character run. He's not Hangman. He's not MJF. He's not Samoa Joe. He's not fucking Tony Storm. Like, why are we? He's not Kyle Fletcher. He's not Takeshi. What are we doing? Why are we still entertaining Swerve? Outside of the fact that go ahead.
I think it's because a lot of people felt like his first title run got cut short.
Okay, we can go with that. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice.
I think in general, people need to normalize a 3 to 4 month reign. I think that WWE with the long reigns of Gunther and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins nearly held the World Heavyweight Championship for a fucking year. They have conditioned the fans to expect that a good title reign is a long title reign. And they think that the shorter title reigns are not as good as the longer title reigns, which I think is a flawed concept in general.
Yes, long title reigns, much like short title reigns. It depends on what I'm looking at. Look at if fucking Ilya's reign ended tomorrow, we would all be happy. I would be. It's a fantastic reign.
Everybody looks at Sami Zayn's reign as perfection. It was 7 weeks.
Right? Fantastic. I don't need a long reign. As far as Swerve is concerned, I don't need any reign. I got it. It was fine. That's fine. We can move on now. The people better than him now. That's all I'm saying.
I thought his reign last year was really good because you had the Ospreay match, you had the Bryan matchup. I did enjoy the fact that you basically did the whole double turn with him and Hangman before he won the title, and then proceeded to book him in all of his major feuds that you remember from the title reign. It's him as a heel.
What I remember from the Swerve reign is the Dynamite afterwards. He didn't open the show. That was Orange Cassidy. He was the 5th man with the belt to appear on Dynamite and the 2nd world champion behind John Moxley in the IWGP Championship. Then he had a feud with Christian. Is that right?
Yes, going into Double or Nothing. Yeah.
Yes. I think I saw enough. I'm good now. Where he's too low on a pecking order these days for me to want a title run. Sorry, Charlie.
I agree with this point from Big Man Dogs. Ospreay's international reigns were like 2 months long, and it was great and memorable. I remember during the Ospreay reign last year, I was like, this is probably like just as good as Orange Cassidy, who held the title for like a fucking year.
Yeah, as long as it's done right, any reign held by a competent wrestler can be good.
We got Laron. He says I thought Swerve had a good run as champion. He is going to win that title again, though. I think that I kind of can see Jimmy's point. I'm not on Jimmy's page. You know, he has different feelings for Swerve than I do. But like I mentioned with his world title reign, I think that if we are going to get another Swerve run, it needs to be straight up as a heel instead of the popular babyface who plays the heel against the baby faces.
He needs something. Maybe he needs to go away. But like I thought MJF needed something, but he came back as the exact same character. Yeah, listen, I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not saying get rid of Swerve. He's a main event level wrestler. He's very good overall. His cooning has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. His cooning is why he should be shot, but it's not why he should be taken off TV. He just shouldn't win a belt. That's all.
We got LeBron says Swerve's too big of a reaction for him to not get another run with the world title.
There were 2 baby faces in this segment. Swerve got somehow the 3rd biggest reaction. MJF and Hangman. Fucking big reaction. What are we even talking about? What's going on? He treat this nigga like he's Kenny Omega. What is this? He gets a fine reaction.
We got another super chat donation here from Negro Buck, who thank you so much, Negro Buck, for the support as always. Good brother, we appreciate you for that. So
Tony Khan, this is also on you, because you can stop this.
Nikki Boy says, do y'all think World's End is must win for MJF?
Must win is strong. It's a should win. I don't know if it's a must win. It's a should win.
I do like the fact that coming off the heels of a title change last month at Full Gear, a lot of people think that we're going to get another title change at World's End. That makes this like the title change that they did. Although I wanted Hangman's run to go longer, it has created a sense of unpredictability in the world title picture,
which is better than nothing. I find it wrestling TV on both ends to be rather predictable. It's good if the title reigns aren't, which I would appreciate. Yeah, Joe Hendry's over. Put a title on him too. Anybody who gets a reaction, just put a belt on him. Fuck.
He's not as over as he once was.
He's older than fucking Swerve is. Tell me I'm lying. He's more over than fucking Swerve is. It is what it is. I'm joking. No, I'm serious about that. But I don't want the belt on Joe Hendry or Swerve. To be clear.
Jet Speed is backstage. We hear from them following their matchup in the Continental Classic. Speedball Mike Bailey puts over Kevin Knight, saying that he scored wins over two of the best wrestlers in the world, Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight last week, and now he's tied for the top seed in the Gold League of the Continental Classic. Knight comes in and he says that he will prove himself, and they will have that Jet Speed final they've been talking about. Speedball says, well, he has to worry about Jack Perry this Saturday on Collision, and Kevin Knight says that he has to face the big dog himself, Kazuchika Okada, in the Continental Classic on Saturday on Collision as well. So we'll see what's next for Jet Speed there, but I think that the Continental Classic has done a good job of elevating us, in a sense, Speedball and Jet, where they feel more important because they're involved in this tournament.
Yes, and then we handed them a microphone and ruined all of it. Good job. These two whispering niggas. What the fuck? I don't turn my TV up. What the fuck is going on? Why are they whispering to each other? What is going on? And then they said a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, I was so fucking bothered. Good Lord. Speedball.
Like, speak up, niggas.
Yeah, you're my good graces. You fucking had a fantastic match last week. Don't ruin it by talking. Just get back in the ring. Take your shoes off and get back in the ring, please. Thank you.
We get the
he beat the Jet. Oh, good Lord! Yeah.
I just said that he beat Knight and he beat Fletcher last week. That's why he has 6 points. He's tied with Okada and Fletcher at the top of the Gold League going into the show.
When did he beat Knight?
He beat Knight on Collision. Winter is Coming on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't count. It's Collision.
Hey, they had like 8,000 people because they were in Cardiff, Wales for that show, so it was a good show. The Babes of Wrath and the Timeless Love Bombs going up against Mercedes Moné's team of assassins. ROH Forever Women's Champion Athena, Megan Bayne, and the Problem herself, Marina Shafir. We get Willow and Monet starting things off in the ring together. Monet gets arm control early on. Then we get Cameron and Athena in the ring as Athena decks her and poses for a bit, showing her cockiness. We get a soul food from Cameron to Monet when Monet comes in and starts talking trash. Shafir comes in and she starts peppering offense on Cameron for a bit. Toni Storm eventually gets the hot tag and she starts running wild. Then we get all the different women coming in, getting their shit in. We get Storm 0 attempt, but Shafir boxes the ears. We get a headbutt by Storm, and then Willow and Bayne tag in. And I thought this was like the best action of the matchup. Willow going at it with Megan Bayne. We get a big spine buster from Willow. She goes for the cover. Bayne charges at Willow into the team's corner. Shafir gets the blind tag, and then Bayne hits a Hurricane Rana off the top rope, which looked great on Willow. Mercedes eventually gets a hot tag as Monet goes to fly with a dive to the outside, and then Willow completely takes her ass out with a bounce, period. And Mercedes sold the shit out of this, turning inside out. Willow with a cannonball from the apron on Bayne as Monet kind of shoved her in the way. Back in the ring, we get Athena catches Willow as she's focused on Mercedes, catches her with the O face, and then Mercedes takes advantage. She pins Willow, so Mercedes gets a pin on one half of the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Here, 8-woman tag. This was fun for the time allowed it in a vacuum. and we haven't had a bunch of all-star matches over the last couple of months, heading ever since like the women's Blood and Guts, or a couple of months before the women's Blood and Guts. They cut out the all-star tags for a bit, so it was fun to see it back and see these people in interplay. But this was a horrible follow-up for Willow and Harley winning the tag team titles last week.
Charmingly stupid. And Mercedes, who's I thought story thought she was on a downfall, is now not defending her title and instead challenging for a title on pay-per-view against the newly crowned champions, who, I gotta be honest, have already felt kind of big-timed already. They've had like 2 or 3 segments, all with Tony Storm in them, by the way. What are we doing? What is this? What is going on? Why did you put the belt on Tony then? We're gonna go through all this? Jesus fucking Christ. The match was fine, but I gotta be honest. There's the jarring gap between the women in this match is kind of funny to watch. Between let's say Mercedes, Athena, Willow,
Bane.
We'll put Tony over there, Bane, versus fucking Mina and Marina and Harley, and good lord, holy shit. How are you all in the same company? It's never possible. It doesn't work that way. Holy shit. I am sorry. Yeah. I already wasn't looking forward to the tag team title run. Now it's about what I expected it's going to be. It's just there.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, I really feel like this whole tag team matchup that they just set up for World's End is more of a setup for finally, let me remind everybody, because I think I said this last week, Mercedes Moné has not had a legitimate feud over the TBS championship that she has held for all 365 days of 2025 since February, when she feuded with Harley Cameron. She had a random match with Stardom's Momo Watanabe at Revolution. She was then a part of the Owen Hart Cup, where the focus is on the AEW Women's World Championship, where she faced Julia Hart, Athena, and Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, there was some build to their final matchup, but that's all about the Owen. That's all about the AEW Women's World Championship. That has nothing to do with the TBS title. Then she has the 2-month feud with Tony heading into All In, all to do with the AEW Women's World Championship. Then coming out of that loss, she then has a random 4-way with a person from Stardom, a person from CMLL, and a person from AEW. Then from there, she gets Riho. Riho comes back and gets a random Challenger of the Month opportunity at a title shot. We've been here, done that with multiple people. That is not a legit feud. Then we get Wrestle Dream, where she makes an open challenge where, yes, she will put up her TBS title, but she's more focused on facing another champion so she can get another belt. So that's not a legit feud either. And then she feuds over the AEW Women's World Championship again. And now she's going into another cycle where she's feuding for another title.
Absolutely. What is going on? Robin is placed blind. Good lord. Good for her. Hey, get paid, lady. Ugh. Just jarring. It's jarring. What does she even do? No, we're not going to shit on Jen Peppermint. What is the... You have Mercedes. You have a borderline generational talent. There's only like 2 or 3 people on the planet with vaginas that can wrestle like fucking Mercedes. And she's frequently... I don't want to say fluff. Fluff is too strong. But it feels like there's frequently somebody else who could be in the spot. Like, who cares? And it's bad. It's a bad idea. For Mercedes and Athena versus these two, why? Why? They're not the story.
Like the perfect spot. This seemed like the perfect spot for the mega problems.
Right. Let them have a bad match with Marina in them. Who cares?
No, because Tony realizes that the only great match that was a part of that women's tag tournament was these 4 ladies. That's why he's booking it again. We would hear from Mercedes and Athena later on in the show. They're interviewed by Lexi Nair. Lexi wants to know if this win erases the tag team tournament loss that they suffered. They say, what kind of question is that? She thinks Mercedes that they should be talking about coming for the women's tag team titles. Athena says that they can beat those hussies. Hell, she has beaten Willow so much that they can win those titles as well. Monet says that she is in a giving mood. She says that first she wants to win the tag team titles, so they issue a challenge for World's End against the Babes of Wrath. And then Monet says that she is going to put her Rev Pro Women's Championship on the line this Saturday on Collision. Athena looked somewhat annoyed by that, says that she doesn't care what she does as long as she is dialed in their match at the pay-per-view, and walks off as Mercedes is looking away from her and still talking. And she's like, where the hell did she go? Come here. So I like that they tease some tension between these two, because we haven't really got any tension between them in a while, which makes me believe that the focus of this promo being so much on Willow, that this is going to be a setup for Willow to get an opportunity at the TBS title. She's going to pin Mercedes in this tag match, and that sets up, hopefully, Mercedes losing the title to Willow.
Can I these belts are way too Jesus. Relax. I'm not gonna keep harping on the shallowness of all this booking in this fucking division. I will say this, however. Can you put the picture back up there?
No, I didn't. I took it down.
God damn it. I will say this, and I harped on it before, and Mercedes got all snappy about it on fucking Twitter because everybody's complaining about how she wears heels around what's her face, Camille. But there's something about fucking presentation and the way things are fucking presented. It's a visual medium, wrestling is. You can't look at that picture you had up there and if complete silence and not think Lexi's the star of what the fuck's going on here. If you don't know any of these people, it's clear that this lady is the star of what the fuck's happening.
Because she's taller than them?
The way she's dressed, she looks like she just stepped off a red carpet somewhere. This is clearly the most important person here. These are her minions, so to speak. These things are important. That should have been some frumpy looking man. Marvez. That should have been fucking Marvez. This is I just say these things. I know you say it's just wrestling, Jimmy. These things are important. Good Lord. I hate it so much.
I can tell. Oh, we got a super chat donation from LaRon Ford, who has been very critical of AEW's treatment and booking of the Women's Tag Team Championships. Thank you, LaRon, for the super chat donation.
Crazy? Take it easy.
LaRon says those tag titles are DOA. It's over.
It's over. I mean, we knew it wasn't going to last long. It just died faster than I thought.
He then sends a second super chat donation for us. Thank you so much, LaRon. He says, why is no one in the AEW's women's division seemingly interested in winning the TBS title? That is a good question.
There's fucking 5 people there. What do you want? There's fucking 5 people in this fucking division.
3 titles. 3 titles.
3 titles beat 5 people. It's fucking outrageous. What a terrible idea.
Then we got another super chat donation from LaRon Ford. Thank you so much, LaRon, for your support.
Let's fucking go.
LaRon says, serious question coming off of the SI Awards. What was the high point for the the AEW women's division this year? It's Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné at All In.
Wow, really? Oh, strong disagree. It's
what you think it is?
Toni Storm.
Oh, Mercedes and May and Toni Storm. I think they still had momentum. That was like the best stretch from Toni beating Mariah. Then you get the fun Toni and Megan Bayne feud. You get the Owen Hart Cup with the women really getting in the spotlight. I remember the Hayter and Statlander matchup, and Statlander and then Hayter and Mercedes delivered at the pay-per-view. And then you get the Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné rivalry heading into All In, and then the great match at All In. I think that stretch is the high point of AEW's women's division.
Okay.
Then we got a third straight super chat donation from LaRon Ford. Thank you so much, man.
Fucking Mark!
It's like that weekend I bought baby oil when I was 14 or something. My mom went on vacation. My arm's gonna be hurting from all this fucking saluting. Appreciate it.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Caught that. LeBron said, SP3, how do you fix this women's division in 2026? Hire a new booker?
I was gonna say it's not even hard. It's not even a hard fix. Double their time from 15 to 30. How's that?
From 15 to 30, basically lock in on who you plan to build up in 2026. Like, you can't, like, I understand that Chris Statlander, she was kind of due a women's world championship reign, but the 8 months that preluded her winning the championship made you think that that was not going to happen. So you should be able to build someone up to feel worthy of winning that AEW world championship, because then when you are the champion and you haven't built them up, then you have to take the time to build them up as their champion, which I will say, to Chris Statlander being the kryptonite for Triangle of Madness has improved her booking the last 2 weeks to me, but it's made her look like a world beater because she just wipes through 3 ladies like it's nothing. So that is a step in the right direction. Jamie Hayter turning heel, I think, would be another step in the right direction, because what she did last night was like, I was like, this is who she should be. Like, she shouldn't care who she's hitting with Haterade. She should just hit everybody with Haterade. Megan Bain should be one of your top stars and should be a champion, TBS women's champion. Willow Nightingale, please. She's like the most, outside of Tony and Mercedes, she's the 3rd biggest star in this company. We need her to be the women's world champion. She can end Mercedes' reign, but we need to, by the end of the year, she won both the TBS championship, women's world champion, and started the year tag team champion. That is worthy of Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale's talented enough to make that feel like a worthy push for her. So those are things that they can do to 100% start with what Jimmy said, double their time. That's the first part. And then these are the people that I would push to the forefront.
Agreed. A lot of these guys have good ideas. I thought a lot of this is like really simple stuff, and I appreciate you. The wrong problem with the women's division is that there's no basic fucking foundation. Define roles of jobbers, mid-carders, and main eventers. Feels like a duh. Yeah, that'd be a good start. Like you said, you have Willow Nightingale. You have Jamie Hayter. Why is it so fucking complicated? Build up Athena. That'd be a nice move too. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Athena. I was going to say you need another face in here. You need another, not a baby face, but another person here to mix it up. Athena kind of feels obvious.
Yes. Athena is another one who just deserves more time, should be here more often, and should be featured as a top talent, whether you want to do it with the TBS title division. And yeah, we need to create divisions. There needs to be people who are only going for the TBS championship. We need people who are only going for the AEW Women's World Championship, and we need people in the tag team scene. So you also got to sign talent, I think, at this point. Yeah, elevate Athena up, but you got to sign talent, because now you have 3 divisions that you have to fill.
Seriously. Yeah, you need quite a bit. Because frequently, somebody loses for the big belt, they just go after the second one. Or sometimes vice versa, which is outrageous. You lose the TBS title match and then challenge for the big belt. What the fuck is going on? I don't care if it's Riho or anybody. It's a terrible idea.
It's true. It's true. It's definitely true. But we got here people asking to ban people. I love it. I love our chat. Our chat is always awesome. Thank you guys. You guys make some good suggestions as well. Like, yeah, if AEW is going to listen to all of us, then the women's division will be a much better place in 2026. One more super chat donation before we continue on and finish up with this Dynamite and Collision 3-hour special. We got Chilling with Chase with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chase, for the support. I'm going to throw this one back because it's been a while, just to make Jimmy laugh.
Weapon in hand, too. And Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Because Hangman's going to come out here.
Steve Austin, huh? Absolutely.
I will say, watching that back, the best decision Moxley did was embrace the Clippers. He was hanging on for dear life 2 years ago. He was hanging on for dear life.
To be fair, sometimes it doesn't always work out. Like, look at the Butcher. He lost all his aura when he shaved his head. Aww.
That's true. That is true. That is true. Chilling with Chase says Chilling with Jay says LaRon starting a super chat train. Let's go. Yes, thank you, LaRon. Thank you, Chase. You guys have been awesome today. I still got Chase's chat in the chamber to ask Jimmy about, but Negro Buck, you've been great. Dion Jenkins, you guys are awesome today. And then, damn, LaRon said, nah. I ain't gonna be the second to last on the super chat train. Thank you so much.
He wants me to work with pricks constantly. That's what it is.
Nevertheless,
Had to play
what a miserable
Had to play that one. Gotta play that one. LaRon says, thanks, guys. You absolutely over-delivered in answering my questions. Salute. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much for the super chat donation. We appreciate it
Thanks
so
for
much.
Holy shit.
But let's get back to the show. And last night, we had another proto star in the C2 matchup. And it delivered again. What a surprise. We get Kyle Fletcher going one-on-one with the Death Rider's own Pac. Pac getting a big ovation, of course, this being his home country of the UK. He's from Newcastle upon Tyne, so the crowd was heavily in his favor, and it was cool to see like Pac in the babyface role in this matchup because we see him so often be the heel, and he's such a good heel in my opinion. But it was cool to kind of see him embrace the crowd, embrace the cheers, and be the babyface. Both men circle each other early on, but then Pac fires off an arm drag. Fletcher is back to his feet and he grabs wrist control. Pac eventually spins out and grounds Fletcher Kyle to his feet, but Pac takes him down again. Fletcher gets back to his feet and hits a big old scoop slam to Pac. Fletcher follows Pac to the corner, but he eats a boot with a boot to the face. Pac then snaps off a Hurricane Rana as Fletcher hits the floor. Pac looks to take off, but Fletcher moves out the way and then hits him with a huge lariat, turning him inside out. He takes him back into the ring and grounds him for a bit before Pac hits a jawbreaker and makes his comeback. They go outside on the floor and we get this they get outside on the floor and then they come back in. Kyle goes to the top rope, but Pac explodes up to the top and catches Fletcher and hits a huge avalanche belly to belly suplex. During the commercial break, they were fighting on the floor, and Pac was able to go after him. He charges into the barricade, but Fletcher moves and catches him with a half and half suplex right on the floor. When we come back from break, they're trading forearms. We get Pac, who flips out of another half and half suplex and hits a big German suplex, but he goes for his running super lariat, but then Kyle catches him with the Michinoku driver for a near fall. Pac is first to his feet, so he decides to go up to the top. Fletcher, however, retreats to the floor, but he gets an unexpected moonsault from Pac. This was the first time he avoided the Black Arrow, but it wouldn't be the last. Pac returns Fletcher to the ring, and he hits a tiger suplex for a 2 count. We are halfway through at the 10-minute call. Pac climbs up to the top. He climbs down when Fletcher rolls away from another Black Arrow attempt. He then basically reverses things as Fletcher tries to go for a move, but Pac gets behind him and hits a crazy looking poison Rana. We then get Pac running the ropes again for the super lariat, but this time Fletcher catches him with a thrust kick and then a Liger bomb for a 2 count. Fletcher eyes up Pac and closes in on a big kick, and the brainbuster though is avoided as Pac is able to gain advantage. He grabs into a standing brutalizer. Fletcher is starting to fade, but he eventually gets to the rope, but then Pac rounds him and gets him into the grounded brutalizer. It looks like Kyle's gonna pass out, but he turns to his stomach and puts his foot on the rope, barely saving himself from defeat. Pac goes up to the top rope again, but Fletcher is able to kick. He does the Aluva kick right to Pac's feet, which I was scared that Pac was gonna fall straight on his head from the top rope. He then takes the Aluva kick in the corner, sheer drop brainbuster, 1, 2. Pac kicks out at 2.99. Fletcher is beside himself as the fans claim that Pac is their bastard. Fletcher tries to sit Pac on top and go for the avalanche brainbuster, but Pac is able to fight his way out. He hits a super avalanche poison Rana and then follows up, and after 3 attempts, he finally hits the Black Arrow. 1, 2, 3. Pac picks up the victory. This was fucking awesome. I love this matchup. Pac being Pac once again. This was a lot of fun. This was a banger from Kyle Fletcher, who, in my opinion, has been the MVP of the Continental Classic so far.
I would agree with that. Yeah. This is a great match. A really good match. They have strange chemistry together. Matter of fact, this is the most I've enjoyed a Pac match since I didn't get to enjoy the Will Ospreay match because you guys overrated it. Probably since those Andrade Rampage matches, which I really enjoyed. This was fucking great. Awesome. I wish Fletcher was a little more protective with the fucking Brainbuster. That's 2 weeks in a row now. Somebody's kicked out of it. And 2 weeks in a row, he's taking a fucking loss. But sure. Great match regardless. The best wrestler, not from Japan or Austria. Where the fuck got this from?
Best male wrestler, not from Austria or Japan or Mexico. There you go. all these great wrestlers, none of them from the United States.
Get that a bitch. Jesus.
Oh man, we got a few comments here once again to highlight. We got Dion who says, "Nah, man, Pac is like, I'm gonna keep my secrets. No one's gonna be more jacked than me."
He is fucking gigantic, and I think the shirt actually makes him look bigger. It's a little disturbing.
Yes,
right.
Yes, the singlet does make him look even more massive than ever.
Ridiculous.
Oh man, yes. And yes, shout outs to LaRon for driving a wonderful super chat train. It's been a while since AEWramble got the super chat train going like that. And you were the driver, LaRon. So thank you for that. We got Dion who also says, I didn't realize how much bigger Pac is from his WWE days. I encourage this.
Same. Absolutely. And look how much better his push is going, how much better his career is going, how much better his matches are. I'm trying to tell you, nobody wants to listen.
This is 100% like the NBA, that the best male wrestlers are not from the United States.
This is very true.
Look at the top 4 players in the NBA, and look at the top 5 players, because I'll put 1B in there. Look at the top 5 players in the NBA. They're not from the United States.
That's very true.
We got King Potato who said, Kyle Fletcher listened. Look at him now.
Hey, I'm preaching the gospel over here. I think I'm just peddling poison. No, I'm peddling a career. Stick the needle in. Things go up. It's just a fact. No matter how much these motherfuckers on the internet try to convince you that that shit doesn't matter. This is the new wave. AEW is different. We don't care about this stuff up here. Really. Kyle Fletcher got bumps all over himself, and his career has gone nothing but up since.
Sure.
Coincidence?
Sure.
Hey, come on.
Can't argue with facts. All right. I'm sorry, guys. You know me. I pride myself on my intricate way of breaking down these matches on Dynamite. I am not going to waste my fucking time because they didn't waste their fucking time on even making this even remotely watchable. But let's talk about the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. We see competitors making their way down to the ring. We see Jurassic. We see Luchasaurus, Brodito. Did a man jump Brodito from behind? So that starts off the matchup with everybody's on the floor. I was like, what is this, a reverse Battle Royal? We get the Acclaim working together, but then Max Caster gets eliminated by Ricochet. Ace Austin gets eliminated by the Don Callis family. Anthony Bowens gets eliminated by Mark Davis. Shelton Benjamin, Mark Davis, and Luchasaurus all get eliminated in one fell swoop. Then we get Josh Alexander eliminated by Brodito. Brody King and Toy Leona eliminate each other, and Bandito eliminates Bishop Khan. This was 10 minutes that I would never get back in my life. And then both men came into the ring like it was a reverse battle royal, and they won the matchup. We get 2 people winning a battle royal. Why the fuck? This sets up Bandito versus Ricochet, which will be so much better than the 10 minutes that I had to waste watching this shit. I did not. This was objectively the worst thing on the show.
Pretty easily. It's amazing how much reputation can save you. I saw nobody comment on this, how awful this match was. All I saw was, even from some of the more eloquent people in the wrestling community who would usually give you a fucking 2.5-page essay about how bad this fucking battle royal was. Instead, just focused on the fact that we're getting Bandito and Ricochet next week. Well, I suppose that's fucking something. Good Lord, this was heinous. I'm not going to waste so much time on it because you didn't care. I don't care. They didn't care. Great. We can all save some time. But yeah, this was a terrible idea. It's a terrible main event. If you were trying to get me to give a fuck about Collision, what a bad idea that was.
Dude, like, yo, this was the bridge to go into Collision. Why would you do that?
Shocking. Big man, I can't even knock it.
I would have, honestly, I would have just put this in the main event because no one's going to watch the main event of Collision. Like, put this in at the end of the 3 hours. I would have much rather seen that the FTR Bang Bang Gang match was actually good. Like, I'd rather have seen that going into Collision. That would have made me stick around or want to stick around.
Yeah, I'd rather see anything. I don't understand this at all. Yeah.
Not good. Not good at all. But yes, Bandito and Ricochet will face on Dynamite on 34th Street. So that's going to be in front of the Hammerstein Ballroom crowd. So I expect that to be really good. I do think, though, that Max will win the world title to set up Bandito and Max winner takes all for the Dynamite Diamond Ring and the world title.
Well, Bandito's going to win. I'm pretty sure about that. Really? Is Bandito still the ROH World Champion?
Yes.
Fuck. All right, fine. I am curious. I'll say that much.
Okay.
Not about this match. Match is awful, but I'm curious about the results.
And we got an upgrade on commentary because Nigel joined the team for the second half. And then we get the Blue League of the Continental Classic. Orange Cassidy going one-on-one with Masquerader Dorada. If you are a fan of arm drags, this is the match for you. We get the bell rings and Dorada wants to shake hands. Cassidy gives him the lazy handshake and Dorada's like, what the fuck? Dorada goes behind Cassidy. Dorada goes behind Cassidy, and then OC sits out with Dorada getting a headlock. Cassidy rolls the legs of Dorada, but Dorada reverses it only for Cassidy to get to the bottom rope. They lock up again, and Dorada sweeps the leg of Cassidy, and Dorada rolls Cassidy around into a Matty Squirrel cradle. We get some gymnastics from Dorada. He dives to the outside, taking out Cassidy before we go to commercial break. Then he does like the arm drag. He does the lucha spot where he climbs the ropes and does the step up, step down, step back, step down, double jump, and then the arm drag. And then, oh my God, I loved Orange Cassidy doing his version of it. This was the best moment, I think, of Orange Cassidy since he's been back. Is him doing the lazy version of the lucha dive, double down, back to the bottom rope, back to the top rope thing.
I mean, Dorada like a fucking idiot.
He did. He said, wait. He said, wait, let me put my hand in my pocket. And then he did it.
What the fuck?
Oh, Cassidy sneaks out the back door. He tries for a DDT, but Dorada does a handstand. That was a great reversal out of the DDT. I love that. Undeterred, though, Cassidy gets the tornado DDT, but Dorada blocks the orange punch with an enziguri and then gets a backbreaker. Dorada goes to the top rope. Cassidy moves. He rolls through, though, does Dorada and gets a 2 count. Dorada rolls him up again and gets another 2 count. Cassidy is up and over the corner. Here comes Dorada, but Cassidy shoves him from the top rope to the apron. Back in the ring, though, Cassidy is able to reverse a cover attempt by Dorada and gets a crucifix pin for the 1-2-3 to earn another 3 points in the Blue League of the Continental Classic. Cassidy now stands at 6 points. He is now tied with Jon Moxley heading into a showdown with Moxley at the end of the tournament, but Cassidy still has Takeshita left in the Blue League as well. So he stands at 6 points. I thought this was a fun matchup. What did you think?
Gotta be honest, I was shocked by how much I didn't like this match because I really enjoyed Dorada. And I can stomach Orange Cassidy when he's wrestling, typically. This just felt like a miss. Didn't love it. Sorry, Charlie.
That's fair. That's fair. And it's not going to be for everybody, I guess. We got Big Man Darcy says this match was really loose and rough to sit through. Skip midway through. How am I supposed to take Dorada or even CMLL seriously when their number 2 guy is an undercard geek?
Fucking good lord. Is he the number 2? Seriously?
Yeah. He's behind. He's like Dorada's like young boy. I mean, Mystico's. Mystico's like number 2.
Holy shit. All right, fair enough. He's got to stand there. Orange Cassidy fucking steps up and steps down. Are you fucking serious? Got to stand there, let you hold my fucking hair. Are you fucking serious? You're insulting to your fucking company, to your country, to your people. What's the matter with you? How dare you?
Fair. Jamie Hayter versus Isla Dawn is next up. The bell rings as Dawn takes Hayter to the mat. We get Hayter returns the favor as we get a beginning with her going back and forth with Isla. I thought Isla looked good here. She's been so-so the last couple of times she's had appearances on ROH and AEW, but I thought here she was solid enough. They didn't get too much time, and they didn't need to because Jamie Hayter is on her way to an AEW Women's World Championship matchup. Both ladies get to their feet. Hayter with a boot to Dawn, then a missile dropkick. Back suplex by Hayter gets a 2 count. Hayter is cut off by Dawn with elbows, and then she hits a side suplex for a 2 count. Hayter slips behind Dawn with some elbows. Then a hate breaker is avoided kind of by Dawn, but Hayter just said, you know what, fuck this, and hits the Haterade. 1, 2, 3. Jamie Hayter picks up the victory here in just under 7 minutes. Post-match, Isla and Jamie, they show respect to one another, shaking hands, but out comes the Triangle of Madness. Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. They jump both baby faces. They then hold up Hayter as Hayter is whipped with Tekla's belt until Chris Statlander makes her way out to make the save and completely wipes through the Triangle of Madness for a second week in a row. Awesome. Hey, but Statlander is basically trying to put up Julia Hart for the Hayter raid, but Tekla is also in the raid. But when Statlander pushes Julia Hart into Tekla for them both to take the Hayter raid, I guess it's Julia who pulls Tekla out of the way, so Hayter hits the Hayter raid on Chris Statlander. And then totally does the Michael Jordan shrug. And I was like, it was an awesome response. That was the perfect response by Jamie Hayter. She picks up the AEW Women's World Championship. And I just picked this picture because it had good lighting, not for any other reason.
Good Lord. All right, can we get off? Can we get it off now? Trying to focus.
No problem.
Who cares about the match? Post-match really fun, though. I must say.
The post-match was fun. Yeah.
Post-match was fun. Jamie Hayter is ever slowly and ever so surely rounding him back into form.
Why would you think of that shape, sir? Round.
I gotta be honest. I'm really looking forward to Statlander and Hayter. I'm really looking forward to that match.
Remember, they had a really good matchup earlier this year in the Owen Cup. That's how Jamie made it to the finals.
I'm glad that Tekla and company are finally being treated as they should be. I'm sorry. Why should Statlander or Jamie Hayter take these tiny people seriously? I'm sorry. What are we doing? What are they going to do against fucking Statlander? She might eat one of these fucking people.
We got Chiller with Chase says the 3MB of AEW. It's Triangle of Madness right now. God damn.
That's a shame. What are your thoughts? This is random. What are your thoughts on Kendall Gray? Somebody mentioned her. What are your thoughts on her?
Yeah, we got Big Man Dogs who says, fun fact, Julia Hart has 6 times as much in-ring experience in-ring years of experience as Kendall Gray. He's going a little too far. But she does have like multiple times experience, and Kendall Gray is so much better. I don't know if you know this, Jimmy, but I am the originator of the Kendall Gray army, the Kendall Gray fan club, because I basically on Fightful on In the Weeds, I took it as my privilege of I'm going to be the guy who watches WWE evolve for everybody else because nobody else is going to watch it. Yeah, so when I watched the first episode of Evolve, the very first matchup is Callie Armstrong and Danny Palmer versus Carly Bright and Kendall Gray. And this is back in March. And I was like, I was blown away by Kendall Gray. I had saw her before in NXT Level Up in 2024, but like she got so much better by the time even Evolve began. And then she's gotten so much better throughout the year. But I saw that first matchup. I saw her hit a spear and I was like, I went on In the Weeds and I was like, Kendall Gray got a better spear than a WrestleMania main eventer. Jey Uso. She's that good. I was like, she is the second coming, or she is the female version of Kurt Angle. They got it right here with this girl, and she's proven me right ever since then.
I gotta be honest, that was not my thought initially. That was my thought just now. When Big Man Dog mentioned Gable Stevenson having an amateur background too, and obviously didn't work out with him. I went, some people just get it. And Kurt Angle was first guy that popped in my head. People just get it. It's natural to them. She's a natural. Holy shit. Yeah.
I was surprised they went all the way with her and had her win the Iron Survivor. I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, but I'm here for it.
Right? Just fucking, I don't know. That's hard to explain. Holy shit. Good for her. It'll work out.
I think she should beat JC, honestly.
All right, she's a champion again. Yeah, sure. I mean,
JC don't need a long reign. She's already had the title most of the year. Like, what the fuck? We
right?
need
She's a double champion, and what are we doing? Just put the belt on somebody else.
Like, you got so many talented women on. You got Kendall Gray, you got Jordan Grace, you got Kalani Jordan, you got Jada Parker, you got Lola Vice, you got Sol Ruka, you got Blake Monroe. Why the fuck has most of the year been Tatum Paxley and JC Jane as women's champion?
Just gotta get that heat, brother. Whatever you say.
And then people want to tell me NXT's been my favorite wrestling show this year. You said that like it was a good thing. So finally, we are at the main event of the show. AEW Men's Tag Team Championships up for grabs. FTR defending against their longtime rivals, the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn. The bell rings as Gunn and Wheeler will start things off, and this was just these two teams. It doesn't matter. I feel like what combination of the Bang Bang Gang. Of course, there is the elite combination of the Bang Bang Gang of Jay and Juice, who can just have extraordinary matches with FTR. But I enjoyed FTR's matches with the Guns, and I enjoyed their non-title match that they had on Collision, and I enjoyed this one here. This I feel like going against guys like Juice and Austin brings out more of the old school instincts of FTR, where they have these like old school 80s style 90s style matches where it's very, very heavy on like tag team work and the movement in the ring and the ebbs and flows of the matchup and their heel work. You get Stokely at one point. He tries to get involved, throwing powder into Juice's face, but Juice is able to block it and he fights off both men. Yes, he had powder in his hand. He held it back.
1982 ass spot. Let's go.
The one part of this matchup that I did not enjoy, though, was the fucking Dusty finish, because this was one of the worst executed Dusty finishes I've seen in quite some time. We get Juice and Austin hit the Shatter Machine on Dax. They have him covered. They cover him, but Cash Wheeler is able to put his foot on the rope. The referee doesn't see it as he counts to 1, 2, 3, but eventually he does see it, so he doesn't ring the bell. For some reason, the timekeeper just gives Juice and Austin the titles anyway. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He didn't tell you to do that. So FTR attacks Juice from behind. They chop block him, going after his injured and surgically repaired knee. We get the double stomp. That brutal double stomp to the knee was ugly. I was like, oh, that shit looked like it fucking sucked. Then you get Wheeler, who has the title. He's taunting Juice as Dax locks him in a reverse figure 4. We get the great moment. I love the finish, though, with Cash holding back Austin. And you see Juice reaching for the title that he just had in his hands, thinking that he won, but he's forced to tap out as FTR retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. I thought this was good. What did you think?
Yeah, not my favorite FTR matchup for late, but still a really good match. I mean, they could have a good match with. I'll be nice. There's been enough shitting on Jey Uso. They can have a good match with anybody, we'll say. And this was no exception. I found it hard to buy into any of the near falls. I'm sorry. That's right, these fucking belts. And then not losing stage fucking 2. But still, good match from the tag team of the year. The greatest tag team of all time, Dax and Cash. And Dax, one of the greatest overall wrestlers ever. I'm sorry. He feels very out of place on that list, but it's the truth. He's amazing. Macho, awesome, Flair. Punk, Dax. Fucking Dax.
Ridiculous. Oh, we got a super chat donation here from Louisville. Thank you so much, Louis, for the support. He says two future world champions and we're in 3MB.
That's not wrong.
That's not wrong. That's not wrong. Not wrong at all. We got Mr. Town who says, but does she have that TNA Kurt Angle in her? Maybe a couple of injuries will give her the painkiller addiction. I don't know.
Head to TK's office. I'm sure you can help you out.
There you go. This might be onto something. And we got our boy King of the Hurricane, Mundo, who says FTR versus Bang Bang Gang was just an old school technical match, just very enjoyable. Fire emoji. I agree. I enjoyed this. All right. We've made it to the end of another edition of AEWramble with a 3-hour Dynamite and Collision Holiday Bash. Let us know in the chat what you thought about last night's show. Who was your MVP, your LVP, your match of the night, your moment of the night? Whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's show? For me and Jimmy Macram for the December 17th, 2025 Holiday Bash edition of AEW Dynamite and Collision in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Out of 10, I think I'll probably be the high man on this one, but I rather enjoyed what I enjoyed on the show, but I did hate something on the show. So I'm leaning like 7.5, 8. I'm going to give it an 8 because I did think this was one of the better executed 3-hour shows that they've done. The bar is extremely low. It's like Vince McMahon booked it before then, but it still was better than their usual 3-hour efforts to me. And that mainly comes down to the crowd. I thought this crowd was one of the best of the year. Jimmy.
So this is all 3 hours?
Yeah.
I will give it a 7 then. Gotta be honest, I was leaning 6.75, but you know what? Give you the MJF bump. I give you 7.
There you go. We got some 7s in the chat. We got 7.5 in the chat as well. We got a 6.5 for Dynamite, 5 out of 10 from Big Man Dogs for Collision.
I feel like a fucking coward. God damn it.
We got Chuck Berries, who gives it an 8 out of 10, thumbs up. We got Power Driver Finisher, who gives it a 7 out of 10, like Jimmy. And then we got a super chat donation here from our good brother,
Jesus,
Chilling with Chase. He's gonna end this train regardless of what Ron Ford wants him to. Thank you so much for chat donation here. He said, "Oh, well, we got to give you one of these, but give me 1 second and trying to pick a new one because we've gone through a bunch of them today." Let's go with this one.
That's fucking bullshit.
Oh. Punk with that fucking smile on your face. You know you didn't find that funny. What the fuck?
Chilling with Chase says, gotta give it up to Jimmy. This is like what the 5th show he did this year where it was Collision and Dynamite. And remember, he wanted to quit doing this show. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It's easier to watch when this whole year SP3 and company have been telling me how good Collision is. And I've watched all of them. And every time it's not. It's just not. No, not this one. The other one. Right. Right. Only the ones that happen to watch are bad. Okay. It's a quinky dink.
Not on Wednesday nights. Not on Wednesday nights.
Right.
Saturday.
Right.
Saturday. Thank you for the super chat donation here. Chilling with Chase. Yeah, I really did not like the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. So yeah, I'll probably go 7.5. I'll adjust mine. I'll go 7.5. So we keep our 0.5 streak going. Your MVP for the show, Jimmy.
Oh, MJF came in, biggest pop of the night, cut a promo, shat on fucking Swerve's head, shat on the other two, but not nearly as hard, then dipped. Dope.
By far, MJF, MVP of the show, LVP of the show, Jimmy.
Swerve. Oh, shit. Remember he was the coolest wrestler in the world? That was a long time ago. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah. Remember when it was the MJF MVP and the Jericho LVP award? We need to bring those back. The Jericho LVP and the MJF MVP award. LVP for me, I'm going to give it to whoever produced the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. Whoever produced it, they deserved the LVP. Moment of the night, MJF's return.
Yeah, let's go with that. I can't think of anything else.
I'll give an honorable mention to the stare down between Omega and Okada, which got probably the second biggest pop of the night. Then I'll go, what was your match of the night?
Oh, it's Fletcher Impact. Wrong winner, but still.
Fletcher Impact for sure. And then that is all. That is all that we got for this week's show for the Holiday Bash. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been awesome with all the super chat donations. We got one final question and one final super chat to read for our good brother Jimmy. Chilling with Chase with a final super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chase, for the support. We're going to run this back one.
They go on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
I don't like hairplay MJF. I like that one. He's got kind of push shit forward.
Yeah. It's got a Corey Matthews feel, that hair. Chilling with Chase says, I need Jimmy's thoughts on NXT's huge botch. Thea Hale going into business for herself.
First of all, what do you think? You think she did that on purpose?
No, she didn't do it on purpose. She's a kid. She's like 21 years old. She started in 18. She's not the type to kind of
who makes dumb decisions.
I mean, maybe it's that. Yeah, maybe it's just dumb decisions, not going into business for herself.
I don't think she did it on. But listen, if you want referees to treat like it's real, like many of you do, shit's gonna happen. Listen, if you got a decent booker or you catch Shawn Michaels on a good day, you can book your way out of this. It'll be fine. I do find it odd that this is another reason to shit on Blake Monroe. I find that odd. But sure. See, power driver right there. Tony Storm was doing great work in NXT. See, before I even said anything, it popped up. It is what it is. I don't understand. You don't think she shat on their fucking parents' head? What is going on? What does she even do?
I mean, this is why I did give the Tony Storm your sentence to a lifetime of obscurity my individual promo of the year.
I don't get it. It's so bold for a take. If you ask any people on a lie detector test, you know that take is not going to age well. You know it isn't. In 3 years, it's going to seem like a shitty take. You guys are still standing on it. Why? I don't understand. Whatever.
Thank you for the super chat donation, Chase. And yeah, I'll tell my thoughts on the whole Blake Monroe and botch finish from NXT on Saturday. Join us live, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. It'll be myself, True Draw Josh, the return of Miss Chrissy Love, and we got two special guests this Saturday from the Daily Boys. Will be reunited as we got Sat E. Nyangi of Wrestle Talk and Wrestle Purist, as well as Alice McCarthy of formerly of Daily Mail, now doing his own thing. So we're going to find out all about that from Alice McCarthy, but AMAC and Sat this Saturday on the flagship podcast. So join us for that for sure. Jimmy Macram, thank you as always for joining us today. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media or when they see you again.
On Twitter at Jimmy Macram. Yeah, that's it.
Indeed. Thank you so much for the support. And Chase with a great comment here, segue for us. He says, thank you, AEWramble. Excited for the yearly tier list video. And it is all done, guys. It is all done because next Thursday is Christmas Day. So I am not going to ask Jimmy to take time from his family to review AEW Dynamite, even though I expect it to be a good show from the Hammer Sign Ballroom. But I need to spend time with my kids. I need to spend time with my family. Jimmy needs to spend time with his. So join us here next Thursday, Christmas Day, pre-recorded, but it's a good one for our our yearly AEW roster 2025 tier list, where we go through every single member of the AEW roster. This is probably the most comprehensive kind of recap of the entire year that was from AEW, and you get it from us next Thursday, Christmas Day, our yearly tier list.
You're not shitting on her. What are you talking about? You know what a lifetime is? You know what a lifetime is, Kyokri? You know what a lifetime is? Yes. You know what a lifetime is. You think it's going to age well over a lifetime? That's my question. Of course you don't.
Any thoughts on the tier list before we sign off, since it's already in the can?
If there was a tier above where we put the main eventers, or what do you say? Can't lose them. Hangman should be there, because he is by far the wrestler of the year. Lord.
And this means a lot, because Jimmy was trying his hardest to not give it to Hangman for like 3-4 months.
Yes. I'm not a Hangman fan. He's the reason I have to watch fucking Raw. I can't just have CM Punk on AEW. But I can't deny the year he's had. It's been a fantastic year.
Join us next week for the tier list. Me and Jimmy will be back live with you in 2 weeks' time to review the New Year Smash edition of AEW Dynamite, as well as we'll hear Jimmy's comments or thoughts on anything that goes down with the finals of the Continental Classic at World's End. So join us for that in 2 weeks' time. Join us next week for the tier list. And of course, I'll be back with you live on Saturday, 10:05 for the flagship. For Jimmy, it is me, your true heel phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble 229, Rents Due, and the Devil Came to Collect, reviewing last night's Holiday Bash edition of AEW Dynamite and Collision. We are signing off until next time.